I wish I was alive in the early 90s, then I could set the mood for this video, but since I'm a millennial, I can't really do that, so I'm going to try my best based on opinions from people who were alive in the 90s. From what I can gather, the 90s cartoons were either something awesome like this,
1,000 years ago, superstition and the sword ruled. It was a time of darkness. It was a world of fear. It was the age of gargoyles.
or this.
I'm over there.
I think I just lost an IQ point. Probably the most commonly agreed upon to be the best show of the 90s is the Batman animated series, and for good reason. Let's go down the list of pros this show has to offer. It has revolutionary dark atmosphere, great characters, it has high nostalgia for me, excellent voice acting, solid writing, changed the Batman universe forever, perfect intro, good music, great humor, villains are well done, for the most part, handles real-world problems like crime, corruption, poverty, greed, and mental illness, and has some really well-done episode endings. However, this show does have some serious problems across the board. Most of them aren't a big deal. Then there are what I like to call the big three. These are three huge problems that consistently decrease the quality of the show, constantly show up, and everyone overlooks them. So let's do a quick mini countdown. Despite the fact that Batman the Animated Series has some great characters, the majority of them aren't fleshed out. The only ones that are would be Batman, Robin, Mr. Freeze, Two-Face, Scarecrow, and Killer Croc. Characters like Joker, Harley Quinn, Gordon, Mr. Fox, Bane, Rupert Thorne, Alfred, and Mayor Hill have no backstory. Most characters are uninspired. I mean, sure, you have people like Gordon and Bullock whose deals are just, if you break the law, I break you. But what's Two-Face's motivation? Why does he run a gang? Why does he rob banks? Why? To prove chance is everything? Well, okay, none of the crimes he commits has anything to do with chance, so what's the point? Why does Penguin rob people when he already has the Cobblepot fortune and runs a small gang? Why? Trust me, if we did this for every character who had this sort of problem, this review would be longer than Mr. Plinkett's Phantom Menace review. The point is, these characters have no reason to do most of the stuff that they do, and that is a consistent problem. When it comes to unsatisfying outcomes, I would say about 1 in 6 outcomes is unsatisfying, which isn't bad. The big problem is that when outcomes are very questionable, some of them are pretty small, like Batman being able to carry this fat tub of lard, a portion of Clayface becoming its own identity, and Batman being able to push over a giant stone statue. But there's one huge outcome that would not happen, and that is this.
He is mine to destroy, monster! Over my dead body. As you wish. It's Croc.
As you can see here, crocodiles have a much more muscle mass than humans, and they can hold their breath for an extended amount of time, so this scene makes no sense. And if you wanted to say that they made Croc more human than Crocodile in this show, then how about this? There's an episode where Croc pushes over a tree that's bigger than him while he's drugged. Unfortunately, I couldn't find footage of him doing it, but I did find some footage of the pushed over tree, as well as him doing something equally impressive. I hate this scene.
Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for this micro-instant.
The majority of the stuff in this show has no rhyme, reason, or explanation whatsoever in the slightest regard. Like, for instance, take a look at this scene that I'm about to show you. Are you kidding me? His suit. His cloth suit. Well, it's cloth in these series. You see it get cut multiple times. It didn't catch on fire. He swung through the fire. It touching his skin, surrounding him. And his suit didn't catch fire? Are you kidding me?
I said hold it! You miserable little nobody! If I get caught, your wife and son are history! You're not getting caught. Not this time. I found this blown out of the van. This is how it ends, Joker. No big schemes, no grand fight to the finish with the Dark Knight. Tomorrow, all the papers will say is that the great Joker was found blown to bits in an alley, alongside a miserable little nobody. Kind of funny. Ironic, really. See, I can destroy a man's dreams too. And that's really the only dream you've got, isn't it? Look, Charlie, you've had a busy day. All this running around, all this excitement with Batman! Stop! You're crazy! I had a good teacher. Say goodnight, Gracie. No! Batman! Batman! How long have you been there?
Long enough. Put it down, Charlie.
You know he'll just escape again. This is the only way my family stays safe.
All right, you win. Take it easy. Here's everything on his blasted family. Names, addresses, it's all there. You're no fun anymore, Charlie.
Hey, Joker. Gotcha.
How does this guy know that that's a fake bomb? It looks the same as all the other bombs. What, did he suddenly take it and open it up, figure it out? How would he know it's fake? How do you even open it up? Where would there even be a spot to put all that stuff in a bomb? This guy's just an average Joe, regular average Joe, just regular average Joe, kind of like me or some other people, or maybe not me because, I don't know, I'm not that old. But anyway, just an average Joe. He knows how to the inner workings of a bomb work. Are you kidding me? Where did Batman get a grenade from? Does he carry it in his utility belt? Why does he carry it in his utility belt? What purpose would that serve? When would he ever come across criminals where he says, my fists can't handle this, I know, I'll use a grenade? Why? And on top of that, the sorceress chick actually survives, so there is no purpose to that scene whatsoever. That was the same sorceress chick that he threw a grenade at. If a grenade didn't kill her, then I don't think a rock falling on her would. Those clips I just showed you, those are just examples. I mean, this isn't a 1, 2, or 3 time thing. This sort of thing happens constantly across the show. Batman pulls crap out of his utility belt that he would have no other purpose for. Plot convenience at its finest. There's no rhyme or reason to a lot of the stuff in the show, and that really, really damages the quality. These aren't small nitpicks. These are some pretty big complaints that really decrease the show's overall quality for me. Okay? That's really the only complaints I have for the show. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some pretty big complaints that I can't just overlook. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love this show despite these complaints. There really is so much more good than bad. I named off the good things of the show earlier, and there are so many good things in this show that I really can't go into every single one of them in depth. So, my final rating for Batman the Animated Series is an 8 out of 10. The great writing, the atmosphere, the soundtrack, the great characters, all of it comes together perfectly to form this masterpiece of a show, but it does have some serious problems. I can highly recommend this show to anyone who watches TV shows. Now, is this show to TV shows as Arkham City is to video games? I wouldn't say it's that good, but when you think about it, what is? I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace, dog!